Get him, bro.
We're the Conquerinos and we're trading 100 Eevees. Me! Let's get it. If you guys are new here, welcome. Hope you like the channel. In this video, we're trading 100 Eevees. So over the past couple of months, we caught 100 each. We're going to trade it. And what we're doing is we're hunting for the hundo. This is what we call the hundo hunt. You can't.
And you know what's fun about this one? Eevee trades into like 6+ different evolutions. So,
There's going to be more than one of these, I think.
there has to be more than one Eevee trade.
We need all the hundos.
I need each Pokemon hundos. And you know what? I've got a good feeling about this one.
Yeah, you reckon?
I think we're both getting a hundo Eevee.
That would be incredible.
It would be.
You already have one.
I do.
So we've got to get you a second one. Got to get me my first.
Yeah. Before we get into it, make sure you scroll on down, like that video, because we're about to talk some mad smack. So you get to learn about us today,
Yeah.
and we get to learn about you if you throw something in the comments as well that you would like us to know about you.
But not scissors. Don't throw scissors.
Don't throw scissors, never throw scissors. Never
Not
run
safe.
with scissors either.
Yeah.
While you're at it, subscribe. I'm ready, are you ready?
Let's do it. Oh, fuck, it's got Eevee.
Double E, V, double E. Alright.
Yeah. Start things off with a costume.
Nice, I'm gonna go no costume. First, Eevee trade going down.
Eevee trade. Now you got the Hundo Jolteon, right?
I do have the Hundo Jolteon, correct.
When you get your other Hundo here,
Yep.
what are you hoping it to be?
I think I'm gonna evolve it into an Espeon.
Espeon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I think I'm
That's
gonna
very
evolve it into Espeon. What would be your favourite, like, Eevee evolution to make a Hundo?
Umbreon.
Umbreon.
Yeah.
Dark.
Dark.
That would be very cool.
I've just always liked Umbreon.
Umbreon is sick.
I like the black and gold, kind of suits our channel colour.
The colour scheme is awesome, hey?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree. Umbreon is a very cool Pokemon.
Bless you. So how are you gonna evolve it then? Because you gotta I think walk it and then evolve it during the day for us,
Is that how it works?
Yeah. You're gonna have it as your buddy, walk a certain amount and evolve it during the day. Otherwise, if you do random, you just it's only the first three. Jolteon.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And then Leafeon and Glaceon need to be near particular lures.
Really?
Yeah, your Leafeon.
the mossy one.
Yeah.
And, that's cool to know, I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're learning on this channel.
Or you could do the name tree.
Yeah, yeah. But you only can do that once, right?
Yeah.
So, as you guys probably know, we run through some random questions in these videos, and we've come up with a few. So my first one to you is, if you could have one Pokemon that's going to be like your pet, or like let's say your Pikachu for example, as Pikachu, Ash has Pikachu, what would it be? Now keep in mind that you can pick this Pokemon for functionality, just for the coolness of it, or both, or none. You just have a random Pokemon. It's really up to you. So, run me through your thoughts and why.
Okay. What Pokemon would I have as a pet? See, I feel like there are a few good options here, right?
There's a lot of good options.
A lot of good options, and it really depends on what you're into.
Definitely.
Like, say if you're into martial arts, you have Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan.
Yeah.
Those sorts, a training partner essentially.
Yeah.
Do a lot of swimming. You go for a water type, obviously.
Definitely.
There's always flying. Any of your flying types?
Flying would be sick. Like flying Pokemon for the functionality purpose of being able to fly on your Pokemon would be awesome.
What could you go for? Like
you can't have Rayquaza.
You can't have Rayquaza.
That's fine with me. Okay, let's go non-legendaries and then legendaries.
Because if you say legendaries, then I'll definitely go for like a Arceus. Just because it's like a literal god. It's a god of like Pokemon.
Yeah, that is really cool.
And to have that as your pet, like that's an ego complex and a half right there.
Yeah, 100%. It's like driving a Ford Raptor. Shots.
And now, do they look like the Pokemon or do they look like a real life version of what they are?
I'd say they're a little bit realistic, but they're primarily the Pokemon.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like one of those Instagram posts you see where they like workshop it into abnormality. Yeah. Is abnormality a word? I don't know.
Anyways, now.
Yeah.
Modern day Shakespeare over here makes up his own words.
That's it.
See, because I really like. Obviously, I want to go for like my favorites, right? So,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Charizard, but imagine how many things are going to be lit on fire with just having him around. You know?
Yeah, you do have to consider the practicality, right?
Gengar would be cool, but like I feel like that could scare me.
I mean, if it's your friend though, like...
Yeah. But this is why like it has to look like the Pokemon. If it looks like realistic,
Yeah.
I've seen some realistic versions of what they think Gengar looks like, and it's scary.
Yeah. Look, it's primarily the Pokemon itself.
Okay.
Yeah. We're not like... Yeah, we're not going to go into like the...
Yeah.
What reality of Pokemon could be, because that's a whole nother conversation.
Abra and its evolutions.
Why?
Teleport.
That would be cool.
You need to get somewhere?
That would be very cool. That's actually a great opt. I never even thought of that.
That's what I'm going for.
That's a great option. Okay, which one of the three would you pick?
I mean, you'd obviously go for the most.
You go Alakazam.
Alakazam.
Alakazam would be cool.
Yeah.
Alakazam would be very cool.
And also, if you need a spoon,
He's got two.
it's got two.
Always. Always 2 spoons ready for soup.
I feel like he doesn't talk much.
Yeah, it feels like a very like personality-less Pokemon.
Yeah. I get what you mean. It's not like having a dog, but you know.
Yeah.
You're gonna...
I mean, like it's you're definitely going for the more functional purpose of the Pokemon.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Maybe then for that sake, I just stay with Abra. Because like a baby Abra would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be cute.
You know?
Yeah. You kind of have like a little Yoda.
Yes, baby Yoda. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a good call. That's a good call.
What are you going for?
I have no idea, dude. Like, you could go for like a favourite, I feel like. We'd have like a Cyndaquil.
Yeah.
Or like, Trico would be sick. Or a Mudkip. Like, that'd all be very cool.
Or a Lopunny.
Lopunny's way too saucy to have around all the time. Yeah, I don't know what I would pick. That's really tough. Like, something like Tyranitar would be sick. But then again, like, how big is Tyranitar?
Yeah.
You know, like, where am I keeping it? Do I have a backyard? I can't put him in an apartment. Like,
Well,
is he big enough to get in the door? Probably not, bro.
but is he like is it just like an animal, or like is it smart enough to know that like it wants to come inside and?
Well, like, Pikachu follows Ash around everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'm kind of picturing. Honestly, man, I think just based on practicality, I think you've actually just cheated the system. That's really clever. I think I'd pick a Quilava, just because I think it's like my favourite Pokemon. Other than the practical element of taking an Abra, I think I'd have to go for probably my favourite and say Quilava.
That's fair.
Just because, like, if it's gonna stay with me forever,
Yeah.
I just think it's cool.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Guys.
Well, guys, if you're out there, tell us what you're gonna pick.
Yeah. Let us know down below. So not Pokemon related.
Yep.
I have a question for you.
Yep. Let's go there.
As a child,
Yep.
what was like your most irrational fear?
It's a good question. What was my most irrational fear? I don't know, I might have to consult my mum. I have no idea. I think my most irrational fear was based on Spider-Man. Right? So I watched the Spider-Man, the OG, I don't know if it's OG, but what's his name? Tobey Maguire?
Yeah.
The Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, the first one. With Green Goblin and all that. Anyways, scared the absolute shit out of me. I don't know why, but it just freaked me out.
Yeah.
So after that, I thought that Spider-Man and Green Goblin lived under my bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I would do is, when I was going to bed, I would like run and jump from like as far as I could be from like away from the bed, so that they didn't like stick their arm out and grab me while I was like next to the bed. And I would never put my leg hanging out of the bed or my arm hanging out of the bed or anything like that, because I thought they would snatch it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so that was my most irrational fear. If you ask me, it wasn't irrational, because that movie was scary, and I wouldn't want Spider-Man and Green Goblin grabbing me, so...
No, I mean, the surprising thing is you've got a hero under your bed, you know, Spider-Man's there.
Yeah.
And you were still scared.
Yeah, but at that point in my life, I didn't really... I didn't know how good Spider-Man was. And really, how do we know how good these people are? Like, we just see what's on camera. They could be real, like...
You only see, like, a snapshot of their life. You don't know,
Yeah.
You know, outside of that moment.
Seriously. What about you?
What about me? It isn't fair. I want a Hundo and I want it now.
So you're gonna tell us?
My irrational fear.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, your standard ones are there, you know, the dark. I was really scared of doctors.
Really?
And hospitals.
I feel like you still are.
I definitely am. And as a kid, so there's this thing in my family where it honestly seems to run in a family where we're all like terribly afraid of needles. Dad has it, my cousin has it, and I have it. To the point where like, if it comes down to like having a needle to numb the pain or not, I'm not taking the needle.
That's ridiculous.
It all stems from my father.
Right.
Because when my dad was a kid, he was sick a lot, in and out of hospital, and he would tell me the story of a time where he tried to like escape one time.
He absconded from hospital.
Yeah, and so they had to like tie him down to the bed.
No way.
And so he's telling me this as a kid, as I'm going into hospital to get a couple surgeries. So yeah, I was getting my tonsils and adenoids taken out.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he's telling me this stuff. He's telling me all these stories of how he ripped the cannula out of his arm and all this stuff. And so little impressionable old me
that's so painful.
decided to try and mimic it. So my mum goes off to the bathroom one time, and I'm in the room. I've got the fucking needle in my hand. So I've got the needle in my hand, and I rip it out, which in hindsight is probably what a lot of my fear of needles comes from. Blood is just pouring everywhere, and I tried to make a break for it. Didn't get very far.
Where were you going?
No idea, mate. Just away. I had a habit of running away, but
Yeah,
I was as a kid a big
big runner.
primary school. When I started school in kindergarten and stuff, I would bro. Those gates, goal lines to me.
The end zone.
I would just make a break for it, and it got to the point where all the other mums in the school would have to like stand on the gates to try and like catch
Really?
me. Yeah.
You got good at it.
And like I didn't know where I was. I knew the direction of home.
Yeah.
So I would just head in that direction.
Really? Did you ever like actually get out?
I would get out, but they'd catch me soon after.
Well, that's impressive.
The Haberfield Mother Squad is quite agile,
Strong.
it turns out.
Yeah.
So that's me.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So like doctors and needles and hospitals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Not a big fan.
Fair enough. What's your rational fear, guys?
Well, wait. Tell us.
Tell us. Not even as kids, just in general. Is there anything you fear now that's probably abnormal?
Not really. It's abnormal. I can't do heights too well.
Yeah.
Like
Understandable.
planes are fine. All
Yeah.
that sort of stuff. Like I can walk up high, but if it comes to like jumping off a cliff for fun, not really there for it.
Another thing.
And I like to think I'm quite a thrill-seeking person in general.
I'd say you definitely do some adventurous things.
Yeah.
I don't know about thrill seeking, but like
Adventurous.
you're adventurous, yeah.
But yeah, heights, can't do it. What about you?
I don't know about like irrational fears. I don't really like planes. I don't know if it's irrational. I feel like it's weird to kind of put your life into the hands of someone else in the middle of the sky.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a huge fan of that. Just in general as well, like not on the ocean.
Not a big ocean.
Like I don't mind the ocean. Like I just mean like, why would I go out on the ship in the middle of the ocean? Some of that stuff just doesn't make any sense to me.
Like, I've always thought if I had to travel anywhere and the option was presented to me to go on a plane or via boat, I would choose boat. Only because
That's interesting.
I feel like my chance of surviving a ship crash or wreck
Yeah.
is a lot higher than surviving a plane crash.
You reckon? I don't know if that's true.
The thing is, it very well could not be.
I don't think that's true,
But
yeah.
in my head, I'm like, alright, well, if the boat sinks, you're in the water.
I think really it depends on your location. Like no matter if you're in the air or the sea, if you're in the middle of the ocean and both of them go down, you're done for. Like 100% you're done.
But I feel like even if no matter where you go down on a plane, you're done.
Nah, I disagree.
Where are you safe?
If you're over land, you can survive.
Look, I get what you're saying.
If you're over land, I feel like you have more chance of surviving in a plane than you do being in the middle of the ocean.
But I feel like if you're in the middle of the ocean, like it's not like you have to survive forever, because as soon as like a boat doesn't just crash as fast as a plane crashes. You're getting signals out. You're sending SOS. People are coming to rescue.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah. I didn't think of it from that point. You definitely have more time to like say, "Oh, we're going down. Come help us out." But like, how big is your boat? Like, is there life rafts? Like, how many people are on this boat?
Well, I feel like if you're in the middle of the ocean, it's got to be a big boat.
Yeah, I guess it's got to be a big boat. But like, think back to like navigators and stuff. They didn't have like life rafts and big massive.
Boats have had life rafts for ages.
You reckon navigators had life rafts?
Pirate boats would have like those old like wooden boats. You'd have like side boats on those.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. There you go. I never knew that. I don't know, something about like the big waves and stuff, like, I think it would depend on the ocean. I hear the what's the one? The North Sea or whatever?
Yeah.
That's cooked apparently. I'm not about that.
I like the ocean.
Fair.
I feel like if you're talking Arctic waters as well,
Yeah.
big trouble.
Anyway, so to be honest with you, I don't know if they're irrational fears.
No, I think
Like, I'll do them if I need to. But also, like, I prefer not to.
Hey, Bulk Nutrients, sponsor us.
To go back to the question, I don't know if they're irrational fears, but that's where I stand.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do I have any irrational fears now? Not really, I would say. I don't know about irrational again either as well, but the concept of war in general just makes... I mean, I understand that it makes sense to people in power, but to people myself, who have no power in the play of the world, it makes no sense to me, and I feel like it makes me... Like, it seems irrational, in a sense. War seems irrational to me, and so the concept that it may end up on our doorstep, or that we may have to go to it, is a concern for me.
Going to it is what confuses me, right?
Like the conscription?
Yeah, like the conscription side of it, and also like, I don't feel the need to invade another country, so why would I go to another country?
To go and...
Even like, not necessarily to invade, but even to defend. It's like,
Yeah.
because if war is brought here, for example, like say if we get invaded by another country,
Yeah.
then I can understand the sense to be like, if war is brought to you, then you respond. You know what I mean?
If I'm being honest, I'm not responding. Like, I'm not partaking in these people's games that sit above everyone. Like, I honestly
Don't get me wrong, I
shit.
get that side of it, but like what's the alternative going to be?
I'm going to another country, bro. I'm out. I'll go somewhere else that's peaceful.
That's fair.
Why bother? If you partake, it just keeps happening, you know? I just think, like, at that point, instead of actually going to war, do people not start thinking, like, hold on a second, maybe the people in power here are wrong, and they are doing something wrong, and they may have mental problems that need to be addressed.
Definitely.
You know? So, that seems irrational to me. That's my, I guess, an irrational fear that I have, is just war as a concept in general. So, my heart goes out to people who have to experience that, because that's disgusting. It's so horrible. Just the fact that humans, like, argue and, like, go to the point of death about resources and power.
But it's like, it's the getting other people to do that, you know?
Yeah.
And then it's like, for people that live in a country, why should they have to give that up because someone else wants it? You know?
Yeah, I think it's nuts. I have a question for you.
Hit me.
So, obviously technology is changes every day. What's the one thing, you can pick one thing to see implemented in the world, what is it?
Like, are you saying like something specific, like fucking Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Does the technology have to exist already?
No.
No, okay.
We're inventing it.
Then I would want to see a technology that is able to produce sustainable food and clean water for everyone that is ideally free.
That's a genius idea.
For like the world. Because I think, like, I mean...
Like, are we talking like Spy Kids? Like when they put the pack in the microwave and then psh, pops up?
Not even, like just
like,
I'm talking like...
Give me a visual.
I'm talking like a way of farming, like, I just want food resources to be available for the world, to be like...
Right.
Like, not this big thing where it's hard,
unsustainable.
you know, you have countries literally starving to death. Especially water, clean water for the world is very good.
Yeah.
What would you say?
That's pretty genius though. I like that you're thinking about the world. Now, mine is way more selfish, I would say.
Free Wi-Fi?
Nah, not free Wi-Fi. You know what I would like?
What?
Teleportation.
That would be sick.
I don't mean like I have a teleportation chamber in my room and I can just go anywhere. That's not what I mean. I mean like, you know, that would be sick. Don't get me wrong. Like if every person in their house had a teleportation device that could take them to each other teleportation device. That would be very cool, right? Yeah. But I mean like airports, you know, like we have airports, like a teleportation port, a TP, if you will. Yeah, teleportation port.
That's it.
Like that I could go to and just, bam, I'm in another country.
Yeah.
Which I think would be sick.
That would be very sick.
Yeah. And also, to make it less selfish, everyone can access it, and we're actually harming the world less, because that way boats wouldn't have to travel across the world, they wouldn't have to use petrol, planes wouldn't have to travel across the world, we wouldn't produce as much carbon, so we're reducing the transport factor of greenhouse gas emissions. For the most part, cars are still around, but, you know, I feel like by that point, once we have that established, we can then look at other main points that we could transport to, like trains and stuff. Like train stations that we could transport to.
Yeah.
Teleport from
Yeah.
into, yeah.
Yeah.
And also, just the fact that instead of spending like 18 hours to get from here to Europe, like I'd be there in a second.
Yeah.
Like all I gotta do is get from here to the airport and then bang, I'm in Europe.
Yeah. I will say, but like, if I'm gonna fly to another country, I don't mind it being like an 18-hour trip.
Why is that?
Because it feels like a build-up to like this great adventure you're going on, you know?
Yeah, so that seems like a waste to me. It's a waste of time. Honestly, it's a waste of time, bro. Like, why am I doing that?
You're not wrong, like,
My hype to go to the other countries isn't based on the time it takes to get there. My hype to get to the other countries is based on the fact that I'm going to another country. It's not like how long it takes. Like, it doesn't mean like just because I'm going to Fiji, I'm less hyped when I get there because I'm going to go to a 3-hour flight.
Like it still just feels like you know, I don't know. I like it.
I can hear that. I can hear you like travel, but imagine how much you would like travel if it was teleporting.
See, I would prefer to use teleporting for like getting from here to work.
I would still do that though. That's what I'm saying. Like train stations can still be that.
I want it in my home, bro. I don't want to have to go to a train station. Defeats the point of teleporting.
Nah, see, I still think we need to walk, and I understand like the convenience of having one in your house would be awesome. Yeah. But I just think the concept of like being able to teleport via a train station, just like in the center of each suburb, you know, just have a boop boop, and then you're there. Like, I think that would be genius. I think that would also mean that more of the world could be utilized. Like, think about like people in rural areas that can't access doctors.
Yeah.
You know, think about people in rural areas that don't have, you know, as much access to clean water. Like, this could all be changed through teleportation. You know what I mean?
You know, I was listening to some scientists talk about teleportation, and they've done it with particles.
Right.
So, I mean, it's something that they're always gonna like.
That's cool.
Big difference between doing it with a tiny particle
and a whole human.
A whole human.
That needs to be reassembled in the exact same manner.
Yeah. Well, that just about brings us to the end of this 100 trades.
The Hundo hunt for the Eevee.
Yes, was...
fail.
Unsuccessful.
It's an F. It's for a fail. You know? Fail. We failed this challenge big time.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
I didn't get a Hundo.
I did not even get close to a Hundo.
Did you get a 98?
No, I think I got a 96 was the highest one I got. I only got one.
I got 196 and 198.
Yeah. Disappointing.
Yeah.
It's disappointing.
But, you know, what they say, every Hundo you don't get brings you closer to your next Hundo. And we're 100 Eevees closer to our next one.
Yeah, definitely. Keep your eyes out, because there's going to be more of these Hundo Eevee trades. I would like all of them, so I think that's going to be a thing.
Yeah, reoccurring.
Definitely. If there's any Pokemon you want to see us trade 100 of, chuck in the comments below.
Yeah.
Because we're all about it. We want to hear what you guys want, and we want to try and do it for you.
Yeah, until then, take care of yourselves.
Enjoy your life.
Or don't.
Up to you. Later.